Hi guys, I hope that you've all been doing super well. Wait, actually I want to say something. When I say that in my intro, a lot of people think that I'm saying I know that you're doing really well, but what I'm saying is that I hope that you guys are doing really well. I felt like I needed to say that because recently I saw a lot of comments of people being like, how do you know that I'm doing well? But guys, I'm saying I hope that all is well. But anyways, today I have a super exciting video that has been on my mind for quite some time. I wanted to share with you guys some fragrances that I wear all the time. Now, I know that that's not an original concept or anything, but it's been on my mind lately because I feel like I often curate these lists of like masterpiece fragrances, of date night scents, of this, of that. But I wanted to show you guys the fragrances at the moment that I literally just cannot stop wearing. Now, to give you guys a little bit of context about my taste and the style of fragrances that I'm wearing a lot recently, I know it's getting colder and it is also getting really nice in Dubai right now where I can start to wear a lot of my more heavy fragrances, gourmand scents, but for some reason, day to day, I'm still reaching for fresh fragrances. And I think that it's because in general, myself, I really like to smell very clean, very put together, really just luxurious. And like I just took a really beautiful long shower and I scrubbed myself really clean. I love feeling that way. And I feel like this sort of scent is appreciated by most people. So I wanted to go through the fragrances that literally, guys, I am wearing them 99% of the time. And I wanted to share them with you guys. So let's get into it. I'm going to start out with a fragrance that I have been speaking about a lot recently. This is Imagination from Louis Vuitton. Now, you can see from the dent in my bottle that I'm not lying about that. I have been wearing this fragrance so much, you guys. Like, I crave this fragrance almost every single day. It is absolutely spectacular. It is one of the smoothest fresh fragrances that I've ever tried in my life. You do have some citrus, you have a beautiful tea note in here, a lot of ambroxan and musk. So it's really smooth and airy and just absolutely stunning, you guys. Like, I know that online it's mostly men that speak about this fragrance and recommend it, but let me tell you right now, if you're a lady watching this video, if you're a woman watching this, please check out Imagination, especially if you like fresh, clean scents. You're going to fall head over heels in love with this fragrance. Now, after wearing it for a long time, I have noticed that the longevity is actually much better than what I communicated about previously. I feel like at some point I go a little bit anosmic to the scent because of the ambroxan in here. But for me, guys, honestly, on my clothes, this will last days on my clothes if I don't wash them. And guys, as well, I wanted to tell you this. Each time that I've worn this fragrance, somebody has commented about it, especially men. I think it's because men, they really resonate with this type of kind of fresh, clean, really smooth scent. So I have been getting a lot of compliments on this fragrance from Pierre's friends. Each time I wear this scent around one of them, they're like, whoa, like, what is that perfume? You smell so good. And it's always Imagination. So think of a really clean, really fresh fragrance, but it's ultra smooth and easy to wear. It feels super luxurious and really elegant, easy to wear every day. I know it's expensive, I know that, but for me personally, when I run out of this, I will absolutely repurchase it because now that I've gotten I've had the experience of owning this scent, I cannot be without this fragrance. It is absolutely phenomenal. On my skin, I get around 8-9 hours of amazing longevity. Like I said, I think I go anosmic to the ambroxan at some point, but in general, this fragrance is actually quite long lasting. So absolutely in love with this fragrance. You can tell from my bottle, it's what I've been wearing a lot of the time, and I just love it so much. Now, the next fragrance I wanted to speak about because I have been layering it a lot with Imagination. This is Chanel number 1957 from the Les Exclusifs. And you can see once again, I have worn this so much, you guys, and I feel like the dent is not even going down. It is crazy. I am so happy to finally own this fragrance. I have wanted it for quite some time, but I feel like I didn't love it enough to purchase the full bottle, especially not the 200 ml. But guys, now that I have the experience of owning this fragrance and wearing it, I am completely head over heels in love with this fragrance. To me, this is the epitome of class, sophistication, just quiet luxury, elegance. It's just phenomenal. I cannot even tell you guys how much I love this scent. Now, if you don't know 1957, this is the most beautiful, really just perfectly done musk fragrance with something a little bit slightly aldehydic, which I feel like is quite a big part of the Chanel DNA. And then also you have this, I don't know, like a soft honeyed floral vibe. I definitely, when I spray this scent on my skin and once it settles, I feel this kind of, yeah, a soft honeyed floral note. And it is just incredible, you guys. Like, I am completely in love with this fragrance. I cannot stop wearing it, especially out of the shower for daily wear. This is exactly how I want to smell. And like I said, I have been layering it quite a bit with Imagination. I go on first with Imagination and over the top with 1957. But this is just absolutely beautiful. For me, this is such an elegant, clean, really sophisticated, just beautiful fragrance to wear every single day. The longevity and projection is not amazing on this fragrance. I'm not gonna, go gloss over that. The longevity is not incredible. I probably get around, I would say 6 to 7 hours of decent wear with the scent. So 1957 has been one of my absolute go-tos right now. I cannot stop wearing it. It actually sits in my bedroom because I have a small bedroom selection, which I made a video on TikTok of it. And I mostly have really fresh, clean, out of the shower scents that I can wear, and I keep them in my bedroom, and this is one of them. I love it so much. What would a Demi video be without a diptyque and talking about diptyque? This is Fleur de Peau by, obviously, the one and only Diptyque. Now, I absolutely adore this fragrance. I fell in love with this scent recently over the summer, actually, when I was in Corsica. There was a small boutique in Corsica and I went and smelled all of the diptyques again for like the 9 billionth time. And I decided that I really wanted to have Fleur de Peau in my collection. I wasn't actually sure if I was gonna love it as much as I do, but I am madly in love with this scent and I don't even know why. It is just, oh my gosh. Okay, so just think of, you've just taken an everything shower, you've scrubbed your skin, you've cleaned everywhere, you get out of the shower, you put on your lotions and potions and your skincare. This is the scent of that experience. Fleur de Peau is the most beautiful, powdery, musky, kind of soapy fragrance. You definitely get a soft aldehydic vibe in here, so be careful. Definitely don't blind buy any fragrance, especially not something with aldehydes or like an aldehydic vibe. It's just not a good thing to do because aldehydes are very acquired. Not everybody likes them. Even me, I used to not really like anything that smelled remotely aldehydic until recently. Now I really enjoy aldehydes. So Fleur de Peau, it definitely has this kind of aldehydic, powdery and musky vibe. It's just beautiful. It smells so clean and fluffy and fuzzy, and it's just incredible, you guys. I love this fragrance so much. And whenever I wear this fragrance around the house, I always get a comment from Pierre. He's always like, you smell so good. What is that? You smell so clean. You smell so fresh. And it's always, always, always Fleur de Peau. So I love this fragrance. It probably lasts around the 7-hour mark, I would say. Maybe around the 6 or 7 hour mark, and then it really starts to settle down. But I'm just obsessed with this fragrance, and you can see from the dent in my bottle, I love it so much. So Fleur de Peau by Diptyque. Oh my gosh, this one, you guys, this one I am so excited to talk about. I have never spoken about it on my channel, but I got it in the last 2 months and I have not stopped wearing it. This is Sur Tes Levres from D'Orsay. You can see my bottle. I love, love, love this fragrance, and I love the brand D'Orsay. It is a very historical French brand. A lot of people in France, I would say, maybe not everyone, but a lot of French people know the name D'Orsay. It is a very iconic French brand that was relaunched in 2019, if I'm not wrong. And honestly, this brand just is so beautiful. If you like Diptyque, if you like Sur Tes Levres, if you like really beautiful French brands, you have to check out D'Orsay. It is so, so spectacular. And one of my absolute favorite fragrances from them is Sur Tes Levres. Now, this fragrance is by Dominique Orpheon, who also created my other favorite from D'Orsay, which is the new extrait called Flower Lost. I love the fragrance so much, but Sur Tes Levres is Oh, it's heavenly, like heavenly. This is angelic and dreamy and smooth, and it's just so gorgeous, you guys. That is the word to describe this scent. This is a gorgeous fragrance. Very just, yeah, very angelic, very smooth, very clean, almost powdery in a way. It is just beautiful. Now, what you have in here is a big dose of pink pepper in the opening, which personally, I love pink pepper in fragrances. I feel like it brings something so beautiful to the opening of a scent. Like, it really captures the attention of the person that's smelling it. And then you have this gorgeous combination of iris and jasmine and a lot of musk. It's just so incredibly beautiful, you guys. I cannot even tell you. I remember the first time that I tried this scent, it reminded me a little bit of Ombre Nuit from Christian Dior in the opening because of that pink pepper. But this is much more smooth, it's much more soft, it's much more delicate, and it's absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I actually showed this fragrance to Andrea from Curly Scents, and she fell in love with this fragrance as well. So it's just a beautiful fragrance that makes me feel so elegant and chic and effortless and beautiful, and I'm just completely in love with it. The longevity and projection is okay. It's probably around, once again, like the 7-hour mark, but I don't even care if it lasted 3 hours, if it lasted 1 hour. I wouldn't care at all because I just love the fragrance so much. I actually layered this with Ombre Nuit one morning when I had a meeting with somebody from the perfume industry, and they told me that I smelled incredible when I did that. So Sur Tes Levres from Dorset, absolutely beautiful fragrance that is so wearable. It's very signature scent worthy to me. Some of these fragrances feel a little bit more limited to maybe the hot weather, to maybe like a casual wear sort of situation, whereas Sur Tes Levres really to me feels like a signature fragrance for somebody. Right now, if you were to ask me for like what could be my signature, this could potentially be one of them. So I love it so much. Sur Tes Levres from Dorset. I have to talk about it even though it's discontinued. This is Mugler Over the Musk. Now, I feel like whenever I want to wear a musk fragrance, this is the one that I want to go to. Now, as you guys know, this is my favorite musk fragrance in the entire world, but it has been discontinued. You can find you can find bottles online. I wouldn't recommend paying like an astronomical price for this fragrance because you can actually still find it in some places. So Over the Musk is my favorite musk by far. It is, oh my gosh, like this overdose of amberettes. There is something a little bit metallic, maybe a bit of black pepper or something. It's just incredible. Like when it comes to a musk fragrance, this is exactly what I like. There is also a little bit of a masculine quality to this scent, and I don't know where that's coming from, but whenever I wear this, I immediately feel comforted. I feel nostalgia for some reason. I don't know why. I feel so happy, so calm, so cocooning. It's just the most beautiful musk that I've ever smelled. And I feel like musk fragrances nowadays, people all take the kind of copy and paste that Glossier You type of vibe with the iris, with the pepper. Like everybody does that type of scent when it comes to musk. I've never smelled another brand that has created a musk like Over the Musk. Never. I've never smelled anything else that smells remotely similar to this scent. And that's kind of why I like it, because it stands out amongst all the rest. And there's just something so nostalgic about this fragrance. It almost feels to me personally like giving my dad a hug. That's what it feels like. My stepdad and my dad are no longer here, but it feels like them, like hugging one of them. A little bit of this masculine sort of quality feels so cozy and warm and nostalgic and just so incredible. So Over the Musk from Mugler, one of the best fragrances ever, and it is a daily driver for me. Like when I want to wear something musky, I'm gonna go for Over the Musk. This is another fragrance that I just absolutely love. I have wanted a bottle of this scent for a really long time, ever since like I don't know, like a couple of years into me reviewing fragrances, this fragrance was always on my mind, and it is Aventus for Her from Creed. You can see once again my bottle. I have dipped into this scent quite a lot, and I love it so much, you guys. Like when I want to pull for something a little bit stronger, a little bit more attention grabbing for the daytime, I am gonna go for Aventus for Her. Also, if I want to be noticed with my scent and I want compliments, I'm gonna wear Aventus for her, because every single time I wear this scent, somebody says something about it. What are you wearing? What's your fragrance? You smell so good. Every single time, you guys. Aventus for her has something extremely catchy about it. And I think it's the combination of this little bit of a fruitiness with the musk. Now, what you have in here is green apple, black currant, an overdose of musk. You also have some other citruses in here and some florals. But for me, I get this kind of dry musk. Like, I don't want to compare it to Evapura because I don't know, like I don't want to compare them, but it has that dry, musky quality mixed with the green apple and the black currant. It's fresh, it's very airy when you wear it. You definitely feel this musky vibe, which is very sexy. You do feel that kind of bright, fresh, almost juicy apple with the black currant as well, which brings a little bit more character and depth to the scent. And it's incredibly sexy, you guys. Like, I'm telling you, women right now, if you want something that men are gonna be like, wow, you smell good, like, what is your fragrance? This right here, Aventus for her, day to day, first date. I feel like this is an incredible first date fragrance. Once you're going on like a third, fourth, fifth, sixth date and you're coming slowly and slowly closer and closer, I would recommend something a little bit more cozy, a bit sweeter. But for a first date, this is impressive stuff right here. I am obsessed with Aventus for her. I love it so much. Like I said, when I want something more powerful and attention grabbing for a daily wear, but I don't want to wear something heavy, something sweet, something woody, I'm gonna go for this fragrance. I love it so much. It's an incredible fragrance for women or men. I really feel like it smells unisex actually, so definitely try this one. Another one that I just absolutely love, 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 and this one also sits in my bedroom. This fragrance really had a moment online this year. I feel like a lot of people are talking about this scent. It is Parade from Celine. Now, this fragrance is so, so beautifully done. If you are looking once again for more of a signature fragrance to carry you through the year, for the office, for casual wear, for nights out, Parade. This is such a beautiful, clean, fresh signature fragrance for any woman. It is so, so beautiful, you guys. What you have is neroli, musk, vetiver, I think oak moss as well. I don't even remember the notes in here, to be honest. But as opposed to a lot of other neroli dominant scents that I own, this doesn't just smell like neroli. Like Neroli Portofino from Tom Ford, Mizensir White Neroli, 4711. Those are like very much neroli scents. Parade has a lot more going on. You definitely feel this beautiful musky vibe. It's mixed with the neroli, but it feels very clean. There is a tiny touch of something sweet in there. You do feel a little bit of this vetiver to kind of ground out the scent. And it's just so beautiful, you guys. So beautiful. I also notice when I wear it, like a hint of like a little iris note coming out when I'm wearing it, but it's just so beautifully done. And I cannot recommend it enough if you are looking for a clean girl, really beautiful, really classy, timeless signature scent, and you prefer something more clean, please try Parade from Celine. You will not regret it. Once again, you can see my bottle. I love this fragrance so much. It is such a beautiful scent and it really deserves all of the love that it's getting. I actually love the collection from Celine. I love a lot of them. Eau de Californie. There's a very fresh one as well that I love and I would love to get a bottle of. Zuzu was nice. I did find it slightly underwhelming, but I feel like anything that's very sweet these days coming out, I have very high expectations, so maybe that's why. But there is a lot. Dans Paris as well is really nice. I'm not sure if I would buy that one, but there's a lot that I want to buy from the Celine collection. They have really, really beautiful fragrances. Really, really beautiful. I do have another Chanel fragrance here, and this fragrance I have also wanted for a really long time. I finally bought a bottle of this on discount. Well, I have a perfume guy in Dubai, I told you guys in a previous video, and he will basically, if he doesn't have it in his store, he would try to source things for me and then I get a really good price. So this is No.5 Eau Premier from Chanel. Now, this fragrance definitely has the Chanel No.5 DNA, like this really aldehydic, soapy sort of vibe, but the Eau Premier version feels a lot smoother, a lot more rounded. You have this beautiful addition of yellow florals in here, I think, if I'm correct. It also has a little bit of a sweetness going on. It feels more sensual to me. Really, really beautiful fragrance. And I also find it more easy to wear than the original Chanel No. 5. This is, just think of like a more rounded out, slightly yellow floral version of Chanel No. 5. And that's what you're going to get with the Eau Premier version. Now, don't get me wrong. If you hate No. 5, I don't know if you're gonna like this one. Maybe try No. 5 Eau, but to really people that don't like No. 5, you're usually not gonna like the rest of the line. But for me personally, No. 5 has been a journey for me, and I used to really not like it at all. But as I've progressed into like where I am now, it's been a long time since I've been collecting and reviewing fragrances, a lot longer than most people online. My taste has completely evolved, and I'm much more open to a lot of different scent profiles now than I was several years ago. So if you don't like aldehydes and you don't like those type of things, try revisiting them every single year. Like, for instance, use Chanel No. 5 as an example. Try revisiting it every single year and you will see. Because at least in my experience, thinking about what I used to wear when I was younger versus now, they're completely different profiles, like completely different. I used to only wear gourmands and maybe some woody fragrances, and that was it. Now I really have like a very diverse palette of what I love to wear and what I appreciate. So No. 5 Eau Premier, absolutely beautiful, beautiful interpretation of Chanel No. 5. I also really want to get the Chanel No. 5 L'Eau, but it's not urgent because I have this. I love it. It's very easy to wear. It lasts around, I would say, 7 hours on my skin with a really nice projection. It's just such a beautiful fragrance, and I feel so classy, so timeless, so elegant, so boss-like when I wear this fragrance, and I just love that about it. Okay, we of course have to talk about my other Diptyque daily driver. I actually have more, like you could say L'Eau Papier or Betty Verriot, so many, but Orpheon is definitely a fragrance that I love so much. I saw a lot of people talking about it recently, and I feel like I set a little bit of a train for Orpheon. And this is just such a beautiful fragrance. This is, oh my gosh, like quintessential fall vibes for me personally. Orpheon is a slightly aromatic, powdery, woody fragrance. It is very unique and complex in the way that it's been created. Personally, I would never even think that juniper mixed with powdery notes would even be something that would smell good. For me, in my mind, that sounds really odd. Orpheon is a very, very special scent. Like I said, you definitely feel this kind of cold, almost slightly aromatic juniper note in here, mixed with the beautiful soft powdery vibe. It's not overly powdery. I would say it's not as powdery as Fleur de Peau, for instance, but you do feel that powderiness in there, mixed with this kind of dry, cold, woody vibe. It just is beautiful. It's really one of my favorite fragrances of all time. It smells very chic, very cool, very trendy, it's just amazing. So if you guys like the sound of that, please try Orpheon. It is a very special fragrance. Longevity and projection is not too bad. It's once again around 7-8 hours, I would say, with a softer projection, but it's just such a gorgeous fragrance that I love with all of my heart. Oh my gosh, this fragrance is so, so good. Guys, the next fragrance that I cannot stop wearing, I find myself pulling for it a lot, like a lot. It is Soleil Neige by Tom Ford. Now, I had the original Soleil Neige that I bought with my own money, on discount obviously. And then the other day I was sent Soleil Neige Parfum, which I was so excited because you guys know, if you watch my videos, that I love Soleil Neige, and I was really not expecting this. So obviously the fragrances, they smell exactly the same, the Soleil Neige and the Soleil Neige Parfum, but I have been wearing recently more the Parfum version because I do feel like it lasts a little bit longer, and it's also a little bit more dense of a fragrance. So I have been completely in love with this scent, and I really feel like it's an underrated Tom Ford scent. What you have with Soleil Neige is quite a fresh opening. You also have a little bit of a white floral vibe with some orange blossom and jasmine, but when I smell this fragrance, I don't immediately think like, oh, that's orange blossom and that's jasmine, because for me, orange blossom, it's a very distinct note. Whenever I smell a fragrance that's containing orange blossom, I know it's orange blossom. Whereas in Soleil Neige, it's a little bit like everything has been kind of blended in this way where you don't feel specific notes in here, to me at least. So you do get that white floral touch mixed with those fresher opening notes, but you also have this beautiful warm sweetness in here. There is some vanilla and some amber, and it feels a little bit balsamic in its dry down. So it's a really complex and really beautiful fragrance that is quite hard to distinguish. There is also an interesting note of carrot seeds in Soleil Neige, the Parfum and the original, which you kind of feel in both of those fragrances, which brings something, I don't know, like slightly earthy in a way. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. But basically, I love this fragrance. I think it smells really unique and really special. And I just find myself wanting to wear it all the time. If I want something a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit sweeter, a little bit more impressive for day-to-day wear, I'm gonna wear Soleil Neige. Either the Parfum or the original, I don't really care, but I love this fragrance. I wish it lasted a little bit longer. Even the Parfum version, it doesn't last that long on my skin, probably around the 6-7 hour mark, I would say, and then I really cannot smell it anymore. So keep that in mind, because Tom Ford fragrances are not cheap, especially the private collection. Myself, I always try to find like a good deal on them and then I'll purchase it, but I know that they are expensive. So Soleil Neige Parfum, I love this fragrance. I love it so much, and I'm so happy that I have them in my collection now. Next up, I wanted to stay on the line of something sweeter. When I want something sweeter for day-to-day wear, a fragrance that I have been pulling for a lot recently is Chere from Mizensir. Now, if you guys know and you followed me for a long time, you know that I used to speak about this fragrance a lot. And now it's very popular on social media, but I was one of the first. Chere is the most beautiful, soft, sweet, musky, floral fragrance. It is so beautiful and innocent, and it's just gorgeous, you guys. Like so gorgeous. It smells sweet and innocent and easy to wear and comforting and beautiful and angelic, and it's just such a gorgeous fragrance if you like something a bit sweeter. I wish that it lasted longer, but now I have the solution for that. I have a fragrance from Vuitton that smells exactly the same, but it lasts a lot longer. It's Black 2 from Vuitton. But for me, I have been wearing a lot Chere layered with another fragrance that I own, and it just brings me so much comfort. If I am looking and seeking a little bit more comfort in my daily life, I'm gonna go for something with a bit of a sweetness. I'm not ever really pulling for gourmands on a day-to-day basis. That's just not me. But if I want something slightly sweeter and more comforting for daily wear, I'm gonna go for something like Chere. I think you have orange blossom, vanilla, I think like a marine note, maybe some coconut or something in here, sandalwood, but it's a very smooth, really soft, sweet floral with some musk and a lot of vanilla. That sandalwood brings something a little bit creamy and really comforting about the scent, and it's just so beautiful. Longevity is not good. I mean, for me, I get like 6-7 hours. I love this fragrance, especially when I have a sweater on. I find myself really wanting to wear this one a lot. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about the fragrances that I am wearing a lot at the moment. You can see from the dents in all the bottles that I'm wearing these fragrances a lot. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.